94, the Shower Party podcast. So, Michael Gasson, how'd you get into stand-up? How do you get all your material? How do you do that? I was also going to start off this podcast with an Indian accent. I thought that would be pretty cool, but I decided against it and decided...
What a fucking swing you could have taken.
I know. I've been... So
it's not too late.
The reason was...
You can just edit out the first 4 minutes of this.
True.
You said you start at 50 and you edit down to 48. You can just go right now.
I practice accents in the shower. Weirdly. I don't ever do accents in everyday life, but I've been practicing my Indian accent a lot. It's pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Let me hear it.
Hello, welcome to Intel Tech Support. How may I help you?
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's not bad.
I also
it's gotten better. I like doing that to my girlfriend whenever she sends me a voicemail.
Oh,
just
fantastic.
If you do it good enough, they actually think they fucked up and call Intel Tech Support.
That's amazing.
It's not bad.
That's the best. You could just change your voicemail to that.
That would be nice. Just, I've been missing when we were kids, when you could have the machine and then set your voicemail.
Oh yeah.
I so badly every day want to change my voicemail to just be some random other company than an Indian
fantastic.
dude.
Do it. Fuck it, dude. What do we got to lose right now? No one's blowing up our phones. The only problem is if your boss has your work number or your personal number. Yeah, your personal.
Make sure you do not send your boss to voicemail.
Dude, I had a buddy who did that. We were caddies at a country club, and he did that bullshit. Granted, we were like 12 or 13, and he did the bullshit where he goes like, "Hello, hello."
Yeah, and
you should probably leave a voicemail. And his boss called him up. Our boss called him up pissed because he forgot to clean. The boss was a douche, but we forgot to clean the clubs at the end of the round.
Okay.
So there was some country club member who had a dirty 9-iron that was pissed off, and he called him up and he goes, "First off, that is the most bullshit voicemail I've ever heard in my life." He was already hot, and then he got tricked by a 12-year-old voice.
First off, it's not even funny that you tricked me like that. It's not even funny that I actually started talking, and then which is the funniest thing. He literally got him with the voicemail.
He got him 100%. He got him.
There's no other reason to be that mad. You got him so good. Amazing. Oh, fuck. I liked when we stood around as a family and did the voicemail.
Oh, did you guys do it as a family?
Yeah.
Dude, my dad recorded one in 98, and that's the one that we had until now.
You never got added.
No.
You were born after the fact.
No.
So he was like, we have a kid now, but I love my voicemail so much.
Yeah. No, there was no family. My dad doesn't like to know about anybody. He just doesn't want to hear. I've been at weddings and stuff, and he's going yeah, they did. Someone's family member got up to do a speech, and he's like, why would they share all of that now?
Yeah, that's a lot of private information. God doesn't like that.
Yeah, exactly.
God says, don't be a blabbermouth. That's what I heard.
I'm trying to eat this chicken. That's the only reason I'm here. I didn't come because I love your family. I just want the food.
That is fun. My dad, the only time he gets drunk really now is weddings.
Oh, that's amazing.
I just love being, because he gets chatty.
That's fantastic.
And he starts dancing. Have you ever seen a 5'8", 55-year-old man dance? It's pretty fun.
Yeah, because my dad's 5'8" and 65, dude. Yeah, 100%.
It's so much fun because they don't even know moves from their time period. So they're out there just
they're just doing slow dance. Yeah, they're just... the last time we were at a wedding, my dad doesn't drink.
Oh,
so he's just out there sober grooving. Dude.
That is oh my God.
Yeah, him and my mom would just go out there. They just wait until the slow songs or songs from the 50s come on. Or
shit,
the 60s.
Ed Sheeran's on. I like that guy. Let's go out there, honey.
I think this was on the soundtrack to Footloose. Let's just do that one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the issue with your dad being 65, dancing might have been outlawed when he was a kid. He might have been Footloose.
Dude, it was banned in his town. He had to avoid it. He had to avoid it at all costs. He didn't want a $30 ticket back then. That cost $150 now.
With inflation, it was pretty expensive to dance back in the day.
You would not believe what I had to do.
I did the tango one time. The guy hit me with a $50 fee. Adjusted for inflation, that's $200. That's why.
If you would dare to pop and lock back in my generation,
yeah.
You would have been shot on sight.
It is fun. If Footloose was a real thing, it was just Beatles invaded all the girls are dripping wet, and yet they can't dance. Like that has to be a moral conundrum for those ladies, those 18-year-old whores, right when the Beatles came in.
Yeah.
When they're like, fuck, I want to fuck Ringo so bad, but they won't let me dance in this town.
You're choosing Ringo. Of all the ones you could have said, you're going Ringo. You're banging.
That's the most you're banging front of mind.
You're banging the drummer.
Okay. Paul McCartney.
Monster.
Fuck, I forget the other ones.
Paul McCartney's fat cock on Paul McCartney. I'm
really?
100% sure. I've seen it. It's
really?
Great. Yeah.
I like this is going to be a darker turn, but have you seen the autopsy photos that they released of like Michael Jackson and stuff?
No, I haven't actually seen them.
All the dead people that's public record, and people are finding the autopsy photos of like Michael Jackson and other celebrities.
Okay.
So it's pretty fun to go and try to look at Michael Jackson's dick. They don't show it. They kind of... I couldn't find a picture of his dick, but I so badly want to see it just to know.
Now you can be the 10th white boy to see it.
Yeah. He'll spread it... No. He spread his asshole for those young boys. He did not fuck them.
He didn't see... Oh.
Supposedly, from all I know about the documentaries and everything, he just would spread his butthole in front of the boys and then jerk off the other direction. So really, it's no harm, no foul. They were just looking into the abyss.
That's a crazy... Like, if you were with your girlfriend and you tried that move, she would move back to Ohio instantly, dude.
All fours with your girlfriend behind you, just jerking off.
Just staring into the starfish.
Imagine if that was the only place he didn't get bleached.
Oh, God.
You know, they supposedly bleached his skin white. He had a black asshole. Just constantly looking like shit on his ass.
Michael, you gotta clean that. He's like, it is. I did it.
Kevin McAllister saying, hey, I think you have shit on your asshole.
Yeah, fucking poor old Macaulay Culkin, dude.
He's with another Disney star now.
He's with Brenda. He's with the chick from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody right now.
London Tipton. They have to, with all that shit coming out now about like the Nickelodeon and everything. Yeah. I feel so bad for every one of those kids.
Yeah, I know. Brutal. Well, what's hilarious is the people from Ned's Declassified. Yeah. They're doing their own podcast right now, and they went on Instagram Live for whatever reason and started making jokes about how like the whole situation and getting and they were like, this didn't happen on our set, and but they're still, because they were at the same time period on Nickelodeon, so they're clearly just doing the same nervous shit talking that everybody else is doing.
Please give us another show.
That everybody else is doing, but to put that online like a day after the documentary came out is insane.
Yeah. To go for, because they were trying to get another show. I guarantee
they were. I think
they're trying to iCarly,
and I think Zoe 101 got a reboot instead.
Yeah, and iCarly got a reboot, so they're just vehemently trying to be like, no, we didn't get fucked. We didn't get touched. Please give us another show. We're running low on funds. We don't get residuals from those shows.
That's insane that the child actors don't get residuals.
Yeah. The ones that bring you to the show. The show's called Drake and Josh. It's not called His Mom and Dad. It's wild they don't get money.
It's not called Dan Schneider and the Rest.
Yeah. Dan Schneider and the Funky Bunch.
It's not called Dan Schneider and the Victims. It's Drake and Josh.
Damn, they had an interview with the one guy from iCarly that had the donuts on a stick and shit.
Tacos on a stick. Yeah, I saw.
He interviewed him.
You think that guy thought that was going to be like a career renaissance for him? He was like, this is my big break. He's like, I get to interview.
I'm going to clear Dan Schneider's name. The Jews in Hollywood are going to love me for this. I'm going to let them keep on diddling the kids. I'm going to be back, baby.
That is so fucking wild. Oh, yeah. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. Anything like that, I'll start watch. I'll get like 2 minutes in. Be like, this is I can't. I gotta turn this off.
I watched the first episode of the behind the, what is it called? The Nickelodeon.
Quiet on Set.
Nickelodeon After Dark or whatever. It's called Nick at Night or something.
Dude, what a swing if the HBO producers would have just called it Nick at Night.
Yeah. But I watched the first episode and they don't go into any of the pedophilia portion. So really they're just saying Dan Schneider is a sexist, not nice guy. in the first episode. So I'm like, this seems like bullshit so far. They should have started with the high stuff.
Yeah, you don't
start with he paid women less in the workplace. I'm like, I don't care. There was kids.
You don't sell a car with the glove box.
Yeah.
You go right to the engine.
You see these floor mats? Pretty nice. You know? You look at the engine first. You gotta know how many miles per gallon there is, or how many kids per show. You know,
kids per show.
It's wild to start off being.
Dude, is that the Carfax for Nickelodeon?
Yeah, how many kids per show were brutally tortured?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's wild to go first episode. No, he didn't pay the women as much, and he said women aren't funny. So the thing is, when you say it was the 90s. Or early 2000s, and you say he paid women less and he didn't think women are funny. I'm like, yeah, it was of the time. You know, you're allowed to say that back then. But if you say he also touched kids inappropriately, that was never of the time. I don't know. Go back about 200 years.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think women have always been funny, Liam. I think women have always been funny, and I think that's sexist that you would say that.
Women started being funny in 2008 when Obama was elected.
You know what? I'm going to retract my statement.
Back when we had to say it.
I'm never going to work ever.
And then women weren't funny from 2016 to 2020 because you know who was you know who was in charge. Then he started being funny weirdly again in 2021.
Michigan is technically a swing state, but by the time the votes are going to come in, my license is going to be expired.
Oh, damn.
And I'm bummed out because I could use that license and I could drive into Canada, and out in here like I can't pull that bullshit anymore.
It's true.
That's the main reason I've been so like I'm gonna drive to Canada from Southern California. That's the only. It's like a 13-hour drive minimum.
It's weird how long California is. It's 8 hours long.
That's ridiculous. Nobody's ever actually said it to me in a time statement like that. That's fucking crazy.
California's 8 hours long. My penis is about 2 seconds long. I'm gonna start doing it in duration of time. Any kind of measurement.
Jesus, you're hitting 2?
2 seconds.
You're getting 2?
As if she's she's on top and tired. It's 2 seconds. It's also the first insertion, you know, when it's like still a little dry on the outside.
Yeah. It's the one where you go in and you're like,
oh, it kind of hurts.
Let's settle for a minute. Yeah. You can do that. Like, all right, that was nice. All right, now let's start building up steam.
Yeah. It is kind of like the old train, you know, like in movies when they'd show the train starting up. It's like
yeah. You gotta work yourself in before you start shoveling coal into the furnace. Yeah. You can't. I don't know what coal is in this analogy, but use your own mind. I'm too lazy to finish this one.
Squirt? I don't know.
No, squirt would be the smoke coming out of the top of the train.
You're right. Women are kind of like whales. They're big beluga whales.
This is a dangerous road for us to go down.
Women are just fat pigs pushing water out their pussy. This is a fun little thing. I got real dizzy yesterday for no reason. I went to the grocery store, and then on the way home, I just got dizzy. Came home, was even dizzier, and I decided, fuck it, I'm going to go out for a drive right now. Because I feel like if you're going to be dizzy, you might as well be in a car, so that if you're dizzy, you think you're going to die. Just randomly dizzy. I figured I might as well cause a commotion while I'm out there.
I love it. Dude, just pinball around out there on the one. That's all that matters.
I wouldn't cause destruction. What I would do, as I'm about to die, I just pull the steering wheel hard right, and I go into the mountains.
Dude, that's at every bullshit job I've done. That's the same way I've just driven to work every morning, being like, that's the tree. Like, if I just hit 70, I can probably time it, so I just go flying off the road directly into it.
I think it'd be nice if you die and there's a little bit of commotion about it. Just like people are 5 minutes late to work. Yeah, that's not bad.
You wanna become a name in the sense that someone's gonna be like, yeah, I can't come into work today because some fucker killed himself on my commute. That's your way out.
I want to be a topic of conversation where, you know, like the first guy drives by and then he sees my dead body. It sticks with him for a couple of days at least, you know? That's a story he tells at the bar.
It will. I did on the way to school one time, I did see a body bag. And
there you go.
I still think about it every now and then. I'll be like,
that guy lives forever now because of you. You just want you. What is the saying? Like someday someone will say your name for the last time.
and that's the second time
That ends with you. You know. I saw this retard out there. He killed himself. And then the last time you say that is the last time he's remembered.
Yeah, some dude made me late to fuck, what was I even telling? World history.
First morning, world history.
First period world history.
But I just like talking about killing myself on here every now and then.
Oh, it's a good time. It's some fun.
See, we're not as close yet, but me and Michael live with each other,
No,
so when I tell him, he like actually gets concerned, and then I lean into it even harder.
That's the way to do it. I do that with strangers. I do that with guys at work.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one of those guns over there and kill myself.
No, it is kind of a fun bond when you can become close enough to somebody where you can make jokes about killing yourself,
but it has to turn into like you keep on joking until it's almost realistic.
Yeah. You push it just a little too far.
I want them to be a little bit concerned, and then it's more enjoyable for me.
Yeah. Because again, somebody is going to think about you more.
And it kind of, in the beginning, you're sort of kind of asking for help, and then you realize it's awkward to do that, and then you're like, this is gay, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the classic statement of why go to therapy when I could just say fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. Kind of like when you're at the doctor's office and it says, how depressed are you on a scale of 1 to 5? You circle 5 and the doctor says, so what's going on? And you're like, nah, I was just joking. I thought it was 5 was perfectly fine.
I thought 5 was the right number to answer.
Yeah. I thought 5 was actually perfect.
I got the scale backwards.
Yeah. If you could actually prescribe me for some Adderall, that'd be great.
That is tough when you're at the doctor and they've done I have done it like once or twice, not now, but where they've gone like through so have you felt hopeless in the last 2 weeks? And I'm like, in the last 2, like probably once or twice, but then I just have to be like, no, no, everything's good. I've never once doubted
1 or 2
myself.
is pretty normal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So really, if you say 0, the doctor's being like, "This guy's too good right now. We need to be knocked down a peg."
Well, that was I think someone tweeted that out at one point. It was like they're at the doctor and they said, have you ever felt hopeless? And he goes, don't we all sometimes? And he goes, no, that's the reason.
That's why we ask.
That's why we ask you the question, so we can get you the help you need.
I feel like doctors. So there's 1 of 2 ways doctors can take that question. Number 1, they're just gonna read it on the paper and not do anything about it, which I prefer. Which is like, he's feeling a little suicidal. Turn the page.
I would rather be the person that slipped through the cracks of the U.S. medical system.
Yeah. I don't want the attention of like they do something about it. That's wild. To just be sitting in a doctor's office and all of a sudden you're handcuffed and straitjacketed. I don't want to do that. That's a lot of work. Trying to get out of there, you have to pretend that you're not eating the crayons. The thing is, isn't depression kind of hereditary? If everyone did kill themselves, it wouldn't be a problem anymore, is what I'm saying.
This is going straight out. This is going straight out.
I'm just saying, if people killed themselves when they wanted to,
we'd have so many more lanes in traffic that are just open.
Yeah. Imagine if we had a specific lane, kind of like an HOV lane, of just people that it just led to a cement wall at the end.
Just Looney Tunes style.
Yeah, we paint a tunnel on it. That would be not bad.
That's the way to solve all this climate change. Is just start painting Looney Tunes walls on the highways and see who's dumb enough to fall for it.
It wouldn't be bad. Just like each section of the highway can be how you want to kill yourself. Sometimes it's some little mountain range that like
it's a mountain range that ends in a cliff. You just Thelma and Louise it over the side.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like a river. Whatever nature-esque picture you want to see at the end of your life, we have that at every mile marker. It's not a bad idea.
It's like the kill booths from Futurama, but just way more scenic.
It wouldn't be bad. Just people wanting you to kill yourself. Then they're kind of egging you on, and you have one last hoorah. Not bad.
You just wait until you're in the car with them, and then you're like, "Oh, now? How much do you want to kill? How much do you want me to kill myself now, Dan? Let's do it."
You ever seen that the one case of the girlfriend that told the boyfriend to kill himself, and then he actually did it?
Yeah, that's insane.
It's pretty fun.
That's hilarious. It's the wildest shit ever to just be like, I'm bored today. Let me
convince my boyfriend to kill himself. realistically, she should have been a car salesman. She could sell anything.
Dude,
if she could sell a guy to kill himself.
She could have convinced somebody into a new Altima.
Yeah. This 2008 Honda Civic, it's seen some stuff, but I think it's perfect for you. And she could get him in that 2008 Honda Civic.
Oh man, dude, the Nissan Rogue that she could have sold me.
She could have been the best saleswoman in history. She would have been the Susan B. Anthony of car sales.
It's a quality car. I'm trying to get you a sponsorship right now.
That is a good test on to see if you should be a salesman. That should be like, there's a bar test to be a lawyer.
You convince someone if you can kill yourself?
There's a bar test for lawyers. There's the MCAT for doctors. There should be a make them kill themselves test for salesmen. That's not bad.
It's never good.
MTKS. Make them kill themselves.
You think that's the course that those Instagram guys were like, you need to have a 6-pack if you want to sell cars for me, need to do?
What is it called? The Andrew Tate online?
There's like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
There's like Hustlers University.
Hustlers, that's what I'm thinking of. And the last course is convince your girlfriend to kill herself. Do you want to be a real hustler? Get rid of that dead weight. You have a movie that is your actual favorite movie, and then a favorite movie you tell girls that it is?
Oh, I should be doing that.
You should.
That's absolutely what I should be doing.
You can quietly enjoy your favorite movie, but outwardly say it's this.
Yeah, because my favorite movie is Good Will Hunting, which it's just like a solid movie. But then the number of chicks who haven't seen Good Will Hunting astounds me.
Yeah, you need a girl movie. You need not something like The Notebook.
I was about to say The Note. I was like,
that's too on the nose. You need something.
It's not believable enough for me.
Yeah, you need like a Gone Girl needs to be your favorite movie.
I could hit them with Cars too.
That's a good one.
I can do it.
Yeah, I got my car too.
Crazy time to break out the Asian accent. I don't know why you would ever do that.
That was a little kid accent.
That was a little kid?
Yeah, I need to practice. I need to be in the shower practicing my little kid accent.
Your little kid sounds a little Korean. I'm going to be honest.
I can only do Chinese pretty good. I'm not going to do that one. I already did an Indian. I can't go through all the Asian accents.
I genuinely just spent taking my coffee on that. Dude, do you remember the last Uber that you got in? I remember the exact one that I got. It was back in Michigan.
Okay.
We had gone out for New Year's, and my buddy struck out with this girl the whole night.
Nice.
And then we were in the Uber back, and the guy goes, do you guys want to hear some music? We'd just been at a club. He goes, do you guys want to hear some music? We were like, yeah, sure. And he played My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic, and it was a flute version. And I watched this dude stare out the window shell-shocked for 20 minutes on the way home.
Damn. My last 10 Ubers have all been women.
That's crazy.
Which is honestly nice. I feel like there's less pressure.
It's
easier for conversation.
It also means that you're in a safe neighborhood.
Yeah, that is true. Well, they were last 3 were in L.A. and then before that was in Ohio, and it was all just black ladies, which is nice. I like getting I feel safe in a black lady car. It smells good in there. It's nice.
Tell me more.
They keep their car extremely clean. That's a stereotype that they don't have. Like, it needs to be higher up on the list. If black people have clean cars, that I've noticed. White cars are a little dirty. Black cars, nice.
Yeah.
Did you ride the short bus as a kid?
Mm-mm.
I did.
Nice.
I don't know if because I was diabetic, they just didn't know what was wrong with me. They're like, he's diabetic. Just put him on there. I was watching another TV show. It's called like Hitler's Sex Life.
Oh, I'm so interested right now.
Yeah, it's a weird show in the same way that the Nick at Night show was weird. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like they start off the first episode kind of almost empathizing with Hitler, being like, there's a lot of things in his childhood that were fucked up. It's kind of realistic that he became Hitler.
That's a wild stance to take with it. Like, I don't know where the line is with someone where, like, and I'm not about to try to find it on this podcast, but where the line is, because like with the Nickelodeon thing, like Drake Bell, people are like, yeah, he fucked up shit, but like when you hear about his childhood, people are like, all right, he's also a monster, but like it's
like a Michael Jackson scenario.
We get it, right? Yeah. But then Hitler, I think that's too far. You can't
forgive him.
You can't, no matter what you do about his childhood, you can't win that one back.
Yeah. And then they really just skip his uprising. And then they get, which I guess he just didn't have sex while he was becoming the Führer, I guess.
Are you telling me he was dopamine fasting his way to get
I think
into
so.
power?
I think he was semen retentioning.
Semen.
He was like, I need to be alpha as fuck. I'm not going to come on this whole uprising to become the Führer.
Listen, you're going to have to talk to Dr. Huberman because he's the one guy. He's promoting all this stuff right now.
Semen retention and
and if we tell him that that's how Hitler started.
Yeah. He's also promoting like Zyn, isn't he?
I have no idea.
Like nicotine pouches. All those guys are. So
I could see it.
Imagine if Hitler wasn't coming and was doing Zyn all day.
Dude, I am so tempted to start doing it.
It gives me heartburn. I can't do it. I'm too much of a
Really?
pussy.
Gives you heartburn? Yeah. I've never dipped or anything, though.
I've never dipped either. Dip disgust. My whole family like dipped at one point. Not my mom. That'd be disgusting. My dad didn't either. It was my extended family. A mom that dips.
Your mom's doing
That's disgusting. Just a black-mouthed mom. But
she smiles and's got all the speckles everywhere.
Yeah, that's disgusting. But with the Hitler, they started off they talk about his drug use, and he was the original like hippie, like homeopathic medicine guy, because he was just injecting vitamins, like a slurry of vitamins, but also putting Viagra and meth in there. And opioids.
Yeah.
So it was like he was actually the most healthy, fit person until he started putting the opioids in there.
Well, that's a very fond memory of mine. Is I was in that same world history class that fucking asshole made me late for. He lives on yet again, and the teacher was comparing Hitler to Churchill, and he was going, Churchill was like this drunken slob. He would like hit on women and be very offensive.
Hit them or hit on them?
Hit on them.
It's all right.
Well, I mean, it's probably.
Yeah.
I don't want to spread rumors that are going to get Winston Churchill in trouble. Churchill was this drunken slob that was doing all this. He would drink. He was like this fat alcoholic doing all this. He'd say all this wild shit. Meanwhile, Hitler is this very straight-laced, like well-kept-up person, and then a kid from the back just yelled, "Yeah, but he was on meth."
Yeah, I mean,
it just halted the class to a stop.
It's kind of like, do you want an alcoholic dad or a drugged-out dad? There's an easy answer to this. Alcoholic dad has the potential to be fun. Drugged-out dad eventually gets very sad. It's a very easy choice. You always want the alcoholic dad.
I guess
it only gets sad once he dies and his liver gets all corroded.
Yeah, once he turns yellow.
Yeah, and then it's just like my dad's yellow now, which is pretty fun that he can be like a chameleon. Finally, his skin color matches the cigarette-stained walls. You know,
dude, your dad can finally blend into this chair where you're sitting in right now.
Yeah, it's not bad to have an alcoholic dad. Methed out dad. Rough. That's a rough childhood.
Dude, I've been getting onto the meth side of Instagram somehow.
That's fun.
I don't know how.
Bums with drones.
It's not even that. It's just like it'll be like some chick with 4 teeth videotaping an argument.
Nice.
Like, I'm not going to give you money for gas. Every time I try to give you money for gas, you fuck me.
I saw one dude today. He had like an aneurysm, and he makes TikToks now, and he has like part of his brain was taken out. And he went on there and was like, if you don't like Trump, that's all right. If you don't like Biden, that's all right. We can be friends. If you don't like heroin, we can't be friends.
I hope to God that guy's doing a bit, but based on the way you're saying it, I don't think he's doing bits.
I don't think he is either.
I don't think he's got a tight 5 that he's doing anywhere.
No, I think he took out half his brain and was like, you know how heroin sounds? I no longer have that part of my brain that says heroin's bad.
Albeit seem pretty cool.
Yeah. I want uppers. I can't do downers. I think I'd get too sad and actually pull the wheel.
Oh, man.
Uppers, though?
Yeah, they would be nice. I gotta try. Right now, I'm just drinking. That's it, and it's not. I don't know if it's cutting it.
I think usually alcoholics can combine cocaine so they can drink longer. So if you want to try doing that.
I know a couple guys who call that performance-enhancing drugs.
The thing about open mic comedy is that you're only about 2 people away from meeting a cocaine dealer.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find.
100%. 100. Nobody told me that going into it. Like, I just had no idea that was going to be the crowd of people that's normally there. It's just dudes who are
just coked out.
Just strung out on blow.
just people that are 40 years old, have 2 kids, but don't have custody and sell coke on the side, so they don't have to pay that. It's not taxed, so they don't have to pay that to their baby mama. You know,
It is passive income.
Yeah.
It is.
It's word of mouth. If you could actually spread it around, then
If you can hustle long enough so you can wear a fur jacket, you're doing pretty good.
nice. Yeah. If you can hustle long enough where you are doing open mic comedy for 10 years, haven't seen your kid in 5, that's the sweet spot right
Dude,
there.
that's the dream. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's my goal.
Yeah. My goal, see, the thing is, I want it to work out so bad. I know it's not going to work out, the whole comedy thing.
I know.
So I am going to be that 35-year-old that's been doing it for, at that point, 15 years.
Yeah, man.
Just being like, I'm better than all of you. And just sad on
dude,
stage. I don't even write anymore. I'm just up there talking.
I'm 100%. That's where this is going. There's no way this goes anywhere productive.
It doesn't end happily for us.
This ends with us wishing we got master's degrees.
Yeah, it ends with you being like in a slightly elevated position at your job, but still doing open mic comedy and just hating every minute of every aspect of your life. You hate doing open mic comedy now because you never made it. You hate your job because you never got to quit to do open mic comedy forever. Yeah.
Oh man, it is a grim road. When you look down, you gotta just you really gotta keep those blinders on if you want.
When you look down the barrel of all the people that you do the open mics with, like, fuck, am I wanting to be one of those crazy people, the weirdos? God damn it.
And there's like a few people that I've met that have been, it's a very small number, but like a couple people that have been really cool, and they've been like, yeah, I was doing it for a while, and then like I had a kid, so I took a few years off to like be a good father, and then you're like, yeah, now I'm kind of starting over again. But they're like, all right, they're still trying, and they're just like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. It's not, I'm looking for work outside of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of have a family to take care of, so.
Yeah, they're not bitter, which is nice.
Yeah.
But man, there's a lot that is just, it's a dark
road we're going down. I'm kind of happy about it. I want to be the tortured guy when you look back, like if they do a documentary on your life, I want it to be like there was a pretty rough period when he was around 25 to 40. He was hanging out at bars a lot. He wasn't even drinking. He was just hanging out, just being sad.
Bold of you to assume you're going to get a documentary made about your life.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's gonna be a found footage that's just a compilation of this just descending into madness over.
It's gonna be the last scene in Blair Witch Project of me just sitting in the corner, but just sad, not even scary, just fucking sitting there contemplating life, staring at a wall,
holding a microphone, looking into that mirror, just going.
Wait, what are we talking about? It's gonna be this podcast, just me sitting, staring at no one watching. That's the found footage. One day someone Googles shower party and it's like, what the fuck is this?
And instead of a nice apartment in Calabasas, it is going to be a studio in downtown LA.
East LA, just fucking gunshots in the background, me silently holding a mic. You can hear the sirens in the background.
Right next to a Kaiser Permanente, just...
Imagine if he ran for president and then all of us just know that he used to do the edgy open mic comedy. Just like...
That is, because it's going to happen at some point. Like, I think Trump probably hit a couple mics back in his prime.
He had literally a Comedy Special roast, a Comedy Central roast.
Yeah, he's done time on stage for sure.
Yeah, literally, he had he was doing comedy on The Apprentice and the fucking Comedy Central.
He was running bits.
Yeah. You're a fat pig, you're fired. That was just his sexist phase.
Dude, he wrote that in a living room 3 days before he went up. He was like, this is gonna crush.
Yeah. Damn.
Dude, that's what that whole grab her by the pussy tape was. It was him. It was him working a bit into a conversation before he put it on The Apprentice.
That's my version of doing accents on the podcast. Of like, it's just the hidden tapes of me just doing my Indian accent is him just saying, I'm gonna grab her by the pussy.
Dude, I'm gonna release this tape when you run for Congress. I'm gonna fucking release this tape.
Hello, I am Liam Salvage. I am running for Congress. I am Liam Salvage and I approve this message. Not bad.
Not bad.
If I was more confident and there was no camera, I would be even better. You can hear me in this. This is a topic podcast. We're next talking about Israel-Palestine.
I think a much better rivalry is Michigan versus Ohio State. I think that's the one I'd rather talk about.
My dad loves OSU.
Interesting.
Does your dad love Michigan?
No, my dad went to Indiana. So he's a Hoosiers fan.
Yeah.
which is a tough life.
I didn't know your dad was gay.
Some say he is deeply closeted.
No, my dad, he didn't go to OSU, but he went down there to party, I think, sometimes. And then he also just, like, grew up in Ohio, so he just loves OSU.
I'll be honest, that's kind of that's the person I'm becoming with Michigan. Because I didn't go there. I have, like, three friends who did, and then I would just go out there every now and again and just get blitzed walking around Ann Arbor.
That's what I did with OSU, too. I just followed my dad's footsteps.
It's the
greatest. A family tradition.
Honestly, it's a fun time being in a college town.
Yeah, you don't even go there, and you're just getting drunk.
Yeah. Just bullshitting with, that teacher is a fucking prick. I totally agree with you.
Trying to get girls that you don't go to school with to share a cigarette with you.
Oh, yeah.
I know this is my in. I'm going to go outside and smoke a cigarette. Girls are going to love this.
Dude, I remember I got some girl's number at a party. I went back to Indiana and then still tried to text her and just tanked. Of course it did.
I did that too. Did that a couple times. And then you plan to meet her like 2 weeks later because you're going back down the party again. And you're like, I've kind of lost all interest in this. Yeah.
Just so that is a tough one when you have a date scheduled and you're like, I'm out of this one already. I don't feel like going to this anymore.
I've watched way too much porn these past 2 weeks to actually hang out with you.
Yeah, when you've been death gripping it for a little too long.
Yeah. Especially at that point when you're like 3 months with no girlfriend and you're like, I'm just gonna jerk off all the time.
Oh, it's dark. It's a dive. That period has lasted years in my life. I've gone down some dark rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I found a chick on Pornhub one time who was wearing an ankle monitor.
That's actually nice. I like that. I like that subtle trashiness.
Oh, when you see a porn video where it's like a porn video is a little too formal for what this is. I got to try to make it look like I'm not doing this now.
It was in black and white and this was an Super 8 camera.
Yeah, when you just see like when it's like when like the Pornhub community logo comes on and then it's just like clearly a studio apartment.
Yeah. Well, you actually live here.
Yeah.
And from that ankle monitor, I'm guessing you can't leave.
It gets.
Yeah. Oh, back to the football thing. My dad at this point does not like commercial football, not because of like the protesting and everything. He doesn't like the NFL because the college people he thinks are trying harder because they can actually make it to get the money.
Oh, what a stance to take.
They're trying harder at the lower level so they can get to the higher level and make money, but at that point they just give up. So he likes watching college football.
It's after you make it to the league with better players and better everything.
Yeah.
I think college is fun though because you get to see like the one dude who's going to make it going up with a whole team of people where there's not going to be and just dice everybody up.
You get to see the quarterback with a team full of car salesmen. You know?
Yeah. And you get to see a dude try his ass off and cook everybody. And then he does the same thing in the NFL. But he's just the same level as everybody else, so he just gets the shit kicked out of him. Like that's what happened with Manziel.
Yeah.
He was able to just run around everybody, and then he got to a league where everybody was him. And
also, I think the money got to him, too, because he was doing a little bit too much cocaine.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I don't think you can do coke in the NFL. College, you can get away with it.
You can certainly,
Because all those linemen are definitely just hungover game day.
Even the stories, there are guys who will be like, every day before a game, I'll smoke a fat blunt. Even in the NFL, they'll do it. Coke, I feel like Coke would be the actual performance enhancer.
Yeah, that's not bad. Or meth. Get methed out before a game.
I know people were doing Adderall for a hot minute in there.
That's not bad either. That'd be pretty fun.
There was a story with it was Pat McAfee where he's like, I was in a kicking competition.
Yeah.
And he was like, the other guy was on Adderall, and I was talking to him, and he was like zoned. It was like, how does this guy have the energy to be doing all of this?
That's wild.
And he goes, and then I retired, and I took an Adderall the day when I was doing all my interviews and retirement speeches and everything.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I could have 10 hours into that day jumped over the barricade and gotten into a fist fight and killed a guy.
The thing about college people too, like they're all like that lineman. He's going in drunk the next day because he knows his communications degree isn't going to do much for him after he doesn't play for college anymore. So let him do what he wants.
I've had this stance for years.
Yeah.
But everyone gets upset when there's like a college kid in like March Madness or something. He's like a 5th-year senior. He's not going to the league. I think that guy should be able to just deck somebody at the end of the game.
Yeah, he should be able to do what he wants.
Yeah, just go for it. Like,
Yeah.
he'd start the brawl. It's entertaining. I'll watch that. If I knew that there was a guy who had like a communications degree who was about to work at Hertz Auto Center,
Yeah.
just be like, fuck it, this is the last game. I'm about to take somebody's head off. Like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah, have you seen the story of the one guy? He started college when he was like 24, and he did a walk-on to the college football team. So he was like a 5th-year senior at like 29 years old, just fucking around with these 18-year-olds, just fucking them up.
God,
it's pretty funny.
where was he playing at?
I don't remember what college, but he was like a 5th-year senior, just decking these kids, like just hanging. He had a family, like he had a wife and kids.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I did see a thing. There was like a kicker for one of the teams
Was it?
recently, like a year ago, and he was like 32.
God, it is funny the little lady kickers now. Which let's keep them in there. I like the finesse that they can have with their feet. I feel like they're a little better with the footwork. But it's also just ladies that have broad shoulders and couldn't make it into the Rockettes. Wow. Like they have the motion down, but they couldn't make it. They weren't the right height or something. They're like, yeah, put them in the fucking kicker position. They'll do well there.
Oh, well, I've seen the ones too where it's the clip and it's like a team or a college like going like, we have the first kicker, and then it's like an asshole on Instagram. Then they put all the promo with like her first kickoff, and it goes like 40 yards.
Yeah.
Everybody else is punting it through the end zone, and she can get it to like the half.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
She's also never
It's
gonna.
like I want to root for her, but then they show the clip afterwards to prove a point. I'm like, I fucked right.
She's also never gonna be like a Pat McAfee, where she then tackles the receiving team. You know.
Dude, if she could though,
That
the
would be
shit
nice.
that the guy on the other team would get would be legendary. That dude would get kicked off the team if he got.
Oh yeah. That'd be nice.
He would get
It's like me when I was in 5th grade wrestling a girl and I got beat. You know. This has been episode 94 of the Sharp Party.
None of this will air.
Yeah. Tell a friend how much fun you had. Tell friends that how cool it was to hear us talk about Nick at Night and girls in football and my Indian accent.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend what Dan Schneider
Yeah. Spread the word. See ya.